Well, that being said, hello everybody. Welcome back to Guild Wars 2, a game I have literally not touched in 5 months since the last time I checked it out. So that being said, let's get back into it and do something I completely do not remember about going on about. I remember ending last time with finally getting into the story because of some weird arbitrary pro people learning how to play the game, not learning how to play, starting new characters and just immediately becoming gods. I think that ended up what it being. Somebody lore dropped in here or something. But with that being said, let's get to the main story. What is the main story? Where can I main story? Where is story for main? I forgot. Is it gonna be like Q for quests? Q is not for quests. L for log? No. J for journal? Not J for journal. Give me a second. It was H. It was H this whole time. H for hero storybook. So wherever this is, I need to go to. So M for map. Where is that? Where is that on the map? It's been so long, like so long since I've seen anything about this game. I remember awesome like complaining about the regions. And I'm like, oh hell yeah. But like where? Oh, Heart of the Nightmare. Can I place a marker? Q for marker, M for marker. Anyway, I think it is this way. No, this. No, where the fuck am I? This game is so confusing. There's nothing else anywhere, right? It's that area is the yes. Okay. Look, I'm not gonna lie. I'm completely forgot everything. I completely forgot everything about this game. All right. I'm gonna be in the middle of a battle and trying to remember how to do anything. I don't even. Oh, okay. So that's how I get closer. Like why am I running like sideways? Because it's right click, not left click. Oh, that makes so much more sense. I think there's a way to fix that, but then I started learning this way and preferring it this way. I genuinely can't remember. I'm not gonna lie. Like if anyone, yo, look how cool that dude looks. Dude's literally just Ainzel Gone. Dude, this dude is dripped out to the tens and is literally Ainzel Gone. Dude, you're literally just Ainzel Gone with a fucking dragon as a pet. Right on you, dude. Right on you. I have no idea where to go. oh, it's up this portal. Is it up this portal? Would you like to continue the story of the heart? Yes. I don't remember anything that's happened before this. Let's get back into this. Oh, right. I remember going on a rant on how somebody needs to start dating Crazy and how he was lucky that he was able to fall in love with Crazy. But then he was like, nah, dude, she's too crazy for me. And I'm like, what the f is wrong with you? Why would you say she's too crazy for you? That's insane. Who the f says that? Like, who complains somebody is crazy? Always put your in crazy. Don't put it in clingy, but always put it in crazy.
I have seen your memories in the dream, and I know how much you and Isvelta loved one another. I know you are in pain. Remember that the heart is also a garden. Though burned, it may still bloom again one day.
Thank you.
But this is the
It gives me peace to know that Isvelta's spirit will live on.
This is the one we couldn't save. We said let's join Crazy GF.
Rest now, gentle
it didn't work out.
Tiakran. Valiant, I wish to speak with you.
Hey! Hey!
I know you have a difficult time understanding how to live with your life without the love of your significant other within it anymore. It has been hard, but I will live with it. Hey! What the oh yeah, mail. I got mail. Fashion templates. Sure, I'll take that. I don't know what they do. Oh, that's just something I don't even know about. What about here? Hero journal. I could have gone over there and found the hero journal. I was literally mashing on my keyboard. I need to talk to you, lady. I need to move like 3 feet closer. Why?
Greetings, my valorous child. Kaith has told me of your deeds. I'm so proud of you.
I'm honored to meet you, Mother Tree. I dreamt of the symbol on Tierkran's
Is this
shield.
Jennifer Hale?
And when we met, I knew I had to help him. Is that because of you?
No, dear heart. I do not control the dream.
Did I forget this is Jennifer
I am
Hale? Like
simply
what?
its caretaker.
The tale of the Knight of the Moon and his beloved will be told.
That man
in
looks
the
like he's
grove
made of
to
tree
inspire
and cat
others.
at the same
Your
time, and I don't know how to
victory
feel about
will
that.
be remembered.
An excellent suggestion. Let the lesson be that love itself is not evil, even if others try to make it so.
If I may ask, Mother, in my dream, I also saw a fierce, horrible dragon. I've been told it is my wild hunt to face this monster. Is that true?
Wild? Did
I
Witcher
fear
spell
that
wild
it
hunt
is.
wrong then?
A wild hunt is a sacred thing, a burden placed by the dream upon the strongest and the bravest of my children. In your dream, you fought an elder dragon face to face. Only 2 of my children have had such a dream, you and Kaith. All Sylvari fight the dragon's servants, the undead, but I believe you will face Zaitan itself. I also believe you will prevail.
I understand, Mother. Thank you.
Be proud of your victory this day, Valiant. But remember, peace is short-lived. You will be needed again, likely very soon.
All right, but all right.
Valiant to meet my eldest child.
Traherne has returned from war.
I don't know what any of
Mother, is
these
that
do, and I don't know what I need them for.
Do not question the dream. We must all play our parts.
Yes, Mother Tree. I will see that it's done.
Are you that one character in Carmen Sandiego that I know from something else that I can't remember what the name is? What do you do? Conjure lightning hammer. I genuinely, for the life of me, cannot remember what a single thing of mine does. Like, I'm not gonna lie, it's been at least 5 months. Hero journal. Wait, have I done all of you? Battle of the Lion's Arch. I think I did you. Oh. Episode is locked. How do I unlock it? Following the dream. My story. Hello, I'm Drakbat. Following the dream. Awakened. So I have done Following the Dream. Living the Atari. Ah, where life grows. This episode will only become available at level 20. What level am I now? 15! I gotta grind so much. I know this is a random place to come out of me forgetting I had it completely not recording for like a long time while I was starting to grind. But like, hot lady? Hi, hot lady. One day I'll be as tall as you. One day. But I thought this area was gonna be like completely full of little goblin dudes. Why didn't anybody tell me there was no goblin dudes? Like literally none. Hello, ma'am. Oh wait, is this whole area just somebody's guild? Is this whole place a guild? Yes, this whole place. Oh, I kept hitting G instead of F.
Fresh out, sorry.
I kept hitting G instead of F. Hey, hi Moonlight. Hi, how are ya? Hi, how are ya? You haven't missed much. I haven't touched this game in 5 months. So, welcome to Guild Wars, a game that has a community that's really nice. A lot of them keep coming in and say, hey, you don't know how to play this game, and here we go. I've been fine. How are you? Let's talk to you.
Keep your blade sharp and your powder dry.
Oh, she's got so much on her mind. I don't suppose it'd be good more than help her out. What do you need me to bother?
Other havens, keeping the Lion Road clear means swatting flies or shooing away birds. Here, we have to wage constant war with the undead. Nightmare Court.
Who's talking? I'm not crazy, right? The male voice is coming out of this female? No. Oh, it's coming from out over there. I would have a lot of resources down here, but might manage protocols on construction on top of the various registered rights, stressing her out. Alright, I stopped caring. Hi, how are you, Moon? How are you? I've been fine. I have been slightly busy. I'm not gonna lie. I've been slightly busy. I got back from... There's just nothing here. There's nothing. This is not what I thought it was. I got back. I went... Oh, big. Over the weekend, I went and I had a great time at a convention. I loved it. It was so good. It was Anime Boston, so I went to go to Boston. That's like an hour and a half away. It was a good weekend. I saw so many things. Cool. What isn't cool is I went to go see like several panels. I saw several panels. They were incredibly good panels. I love those panels. I would highly recommend if you're ever at a convention, go like to the panels, even if you don't know who they're about or who are you.
Seize the moment.
Even if you don't know who they're about or what's going on in them, it's such a fun time to just be in a panel. There's a little gremlin here. Just a fun time to be at a panel. There's lots of people there. The people who are hosting it normally are like super down to earth. What's a panel? Oh God, how do I answer that question? It's kind of like a small event where they talk about a hyper specific thing. So one specifically that I went to, do I have it still pulled up? Because the naming convention that they have for the panel is also part of the personality of like why you go to panels. Oh God, I don't have it pulled up. Give me like 30 seconds. You, and then I go to schedule. And then I go to you, and then I go to the one. It was here. It was here. Manga. No, it wasn't Mavericks. It wasn't you. It wasn't Jet. Millennium History, the darkest read of a parody game. No, Jet collaborating. No. Nature. It was right here. Nature or nurture. Look into how quirks affects early childhood development. So this panel was on specifically. It was a little deep dive, a little look into, a little talk about the subject of whatever the panelists want to have, which is the presenter, right? It's basically a presentation, but on like a small panel. It's on a small panel because the panelists are the ones who are speaking about it. So it's a small panel. So it's a small amount of people who are talking about something, right? If you're thinking about a TED Talk, it's kind of like a TED Talk, but a lot less formal. It technically isn't that, but it is, but it isn't. So it's basically just a dive into a subject and whatever way it is, and they're trying to present their information, their findings, or like their talk about the subject. Other times it's interactive. A panel is just so. Give me a sec. I should have just looked up the definition from Dr. Google the first time. But yeah, it's a small group of panelists of a subject matter. And they're presenting it to the people in the audience, right? And even if you don't know who they are, it's always fun to go into to find out what other things people are looking at, whatever they're going on about, because that's just fun as hell. The one I said specifically before, I had no idea what was going to happen in it. I had no idea what was going to happen in it at all, because it was basically, it was in fact nature or nurture, how quirks affect the development of early childhood, right? And the cool thing about it was being presented by like a 3rd grade teacher who was just so into My Hero Academia and cosplaying. So My Hero Academia is a Japanese anime, which is a cartoon. I'm explaining this way too in. I don't know how deep you are into the weeds of anime, Moon. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know how deep into the weeds you are in. But it's a cartoon where do I need to do this stuff? Oh, there you are. It's a cartoon where there are basically people who have these things called quirks. You know this anime, but never watched it. Okay, so quirk is basically a superpower. And it was basically her like whole thesis was like, how does it affect early childhood development? And then she went through the stages of early childhood development that they look for. It just been baseline like early childhood development type stuff, and then the basic how f***ed up all the characters are and whatever type of disabilities they would have from both physically having their thing, their quirk, their superpower, and how it would affect them growing up just in general, right? So somebody who has the ability to, say, as one of the main characters, blow stuff up with their sweat would grow up to have not only socially induced inabilities because of, you know, they blow shit up, but also physical induced inabilities because they're not progressing at the same rate everyone else is, so they have difficulty in similar areas of like development as others. So their developmental markers would be significantly skewed compared to everyone else's because they are fundamentally stopped working on a standard rate. So then it would be significantly harder for them to be connected to their peers kind of developmentally, as they have to work harder or not as hard compared to others, depending on whatever their superpower is. Say flight, right? You might develop flight fast so you're able to move faster, but your walking capability might not be good. Or say you grow into like a weird bird man, you're not going to be developed into the same characteristics or timelines, and you're going to have a harder time learning how to speak because your mouth is a fucking beak compared to if your mouth was like lips. Even though you might be able to have different physical capabilities, others are significantly hindered because of that. And how does that affect you in a childhood development? And then if it does affect you in childhood development, how does it play into your capabilities of being an adult, right? A lot of that leads into difficulties in growing adult-wise, but the secondary nature of how society feels about their superpower gives them a secondary nature about it, which then technically influence how their superpower affects them and gives them other difficulties or disabilities within life. Case in point, like I said, the being able to blow stuff up with your fucking sweat, right? That would cause people to necessarily treat you like a ticking time bomb because you blow shit up. You literally are a bomb, which would cause them to either be like, oh, hey, that's a cool ass quirk, that's a cool superpower, where they would 100% be like, oh yeah, dude, you should be a hero, you should be a hero, you gotta go do some cool stuff. You gotta do stuff, dude. You gotta be out there. You gotta be helping people. That's like a hero's quirk. That quirk is for a hero. Compared to somebody who is completely unable to control their destructive power, say one that was directly correlated to it, the main villain Shigaraki. His main power is to literally destroy anything he comes in contact with his 5 fingers. So anything he touches literally crumbles completely, unrecoverably, completely. Doesn't matter what it is, 5 fingers touch it, he completely destroys it. So he is constantly treated like a villain because his whole nature is absolute destruction in its entirety. Sure, blowing stuff up creates it to be destroyed, but it's seen as way more helpful rather than just pure destruction, like Shigaraki's was. And how they're kind of similar in that manner, but the way they are different and the environments they're built off of kind of completely shapes the way everyone around them treats and understands them as a person. And that was a really cool panel that was 45 minutes of just talking about everyone's trauma, how they got there, and be like, ooh, they need some therapy. And that was so fucking fun. Like, I genuinely, if you haven't been to a convention at all, like, I don't care what convention it is, try and find, like, a convention near you and just go have a fun time.
At least it's here. V, follow me. It's time for a scientific breakthrough.
Like, genuinely. Like, I have only been going to conventions for probably a year, right? I've only gone to, like, 4 conventions, I think. And they are all so good. They are all so good. I have been to so many panels, and each of them are so fucking good. Especially if you're not even just going to the panels. There's a lot of vendors who normally go to conventions where they bring stuff. They bring stuff they might not normally have on their stores. They have limited edition stuff. Or you just go to like some stalls people have where they give out homemade stuff, right? Because a good amount of times people just go there to make some homemade stuff. They sell that stuff. So that you're literally not going to be able to see that anywhere else because it's literally made by them for that whole convention. And it's just really cool. Is it a big convention?
I don't have enough
It
energy.
is one of the bigger conventions near me. I think it's the biggest. I think Anime Boston is the biggest anime convention within the East Coast. I've also been to Anime Expo last year. That was my first time going there in California, which is the biggest convention in the world. That one's just basically the biggest convention in the world. And it is so cool to just see people who also like the thing you do, right? It's just something so mystical about being in a room of people you are not talking to, like you don't need to talk about, but then you can just know you can walk up to any of them and say, hey, here's some things I like. We know we like them, but also have like a completely different understanding of everything in them that makes both of you open your eyes in a different way of it. It is so good, so fun. I definitely recommend it. You're gonna go to a small convention next week to sell your stuffs. Ooh, you got stuff to sell. You got stuff to sell. You got stuff to sell. Ooh, okay. Why did all of my stuff change the way it works? I don't like this. Why did all of my stuff literally change the way it works? I don't like this. Literally all of it changed. Why did all of it change? Ooh, plug your stuff. I like stuff. What stuff is it? My tax returns were significantly higher this year than I was expecting, but like 5 times. And I'm getting a slight raise for my part-time job, from one of my jobs. I'm getting a slight raise, so I will have slightly more money to throw at stuff. Plug your stuff. I made homemade trinkets. Ooh. Oh right, because you said you knit, right? I think you said in Defin's chat you knit. Yo, that's awesome. That is genuinely awesome. I wish I could knit.
Neural response readings increase exponentially with the number.
God, stop hitting me. I need to make sure this is fine. You knit, right? No, you don't knit. Then who the fuck am I thinking
Fast
about?
as the
Anyway, tell me how much I'm wrong by telling me what your craft performance is. What type of crafts do you perform? Purvey? What's the proper keyword? Produce, that's the word. Oh, you make it with armored clay. Oh, so it's a lot more durable than knitting. A lot less portable, a lot more durable than knitting. So like what kind of polymer clay stuff? Is it like how does polymer clay differ from? You'd really think I'd pay more attention to my understanding of engineering when I took an engineering class, right? What is the difference between capabilities between normal clay and just polymer clay? I'm assuming because it's polymer clay, it's a lot more. Well, technically speaking, have to be a lot more viscous within its formation, right? But then it'd be a lot easier to work with compared to traditional clay because it's not worried about hardening properties, right? Oh, that's diorama. Okay. Now where can I put a commission? Where can I? Well, Drax, don't do that. That's gonna be super expensive. You'd have to import it from France. I think with the current shipping rates of the current U.S. political climate, I think I might have a significantly easier time going and getting a plane to France for the convention for next week than I would trying to import it. I'm not gonna lie. After the day would be hardened, splitting it dry. Oh, so I got the properties mixed up then. You made me laugh. Look. Streaming is the only time I'm not thinking. I had to hand. Well, I didn't have to hand. There was nobody for analytics at my work, and I was bored as hell one day, so I just decided, you know what? I'm gonna make some analytics. And so now I'm the analytics guy who nobody listens to. I once had to go into a board meeting and tell them, hey board directors who make too goddamn much money. We're losing money, and still nobody listens. Literally nobody listened to me still. But I started doing analytics a few years ago for my company. It's just small-time stuff, whatever I have time for. It's definitely not my whole job, so I only use whatever time I have for it. And so I made a report this week saying, hey, company president, it's very bad. And he was like, I know it's gonna be bad. I'm like, no. Compared to what we already lost within this year, by all of my metrics and all of my counting, if everything went good, we're down 12 to 15%, which for a company is not good. Being down 12% means like a tenth of your business is basically gone every month. So if you have 100 people there, only 90 people there, right? I'm not saying we have like only 90 people, but I'm saying like if you have like a tenth of people there, it's literally reduced by 1/10. And it was just like, God, I was expecting this. And I'm like, that is not even considering how much we're gonna deal in the second half of the year, because we have different metric proportions. I'm getting way into the weeds. You can tell me to stop, please. Please tell me to stop, please tell me to stop. Where we get into different metrics of like how the performance happens between first half of the year to second half of the year, and the way that correlates to its own weekly, bi-weekly, and daily capabilities within our own production form, which we've kind of slotted into. And I had to display we're technically not growing. We've already hit the market saturation, which they didn't get, which means unless we open into a new market, we are incapable of being able to grow and expand our capabilities, right? Not necessarily our capabilities, but then our production, like total throughput, I should say. Doesn't matter what we're able to do personally, right? Unless we go in and break these new like partner pathways within areas, right? We are incapable to grow higher. Please give me something else to talk about. I have undiagnosed ADHD, I think, and I don't have people to talk about this stuff with. I will just go off of whatever I'm talking about forever. What kind of dioramas do you make? I love dioramas. I love having like little dudes over here. I love
Themselves, mostly.
Are you familiar with the series called Sailor Moon? It's an anime from the 80s, 90s, sorry. Mid 90s, and also rebooted into the early 2010s, right? Are you familiar with it? Despite you speak fast and you don't understand everything. Don't worry. I don't understand everything myself. But are you familiar with the series Sailor Moon? It is in fact my favorite series of all time. Great, fix me up. I kind of need new stuff. Thanks, no problem. That was the local healer. That was the local healer. Because I may or may not be open to commissioning your best and finest clay work.
Follow your dream.
If it is for the development of Sailor Moon. Sailor Moon, of course! Why did I not assume you're called Moon? 100%. It is my favorite. I literally have Sailor Mars on my desk right now. On my dresser, I have Rei Hoshino, which is Sailor Mars, but in her school uniform. And then I have Chibi Ursa. I have Chibi Moon all within the vicinity of me touching. You've never made Sailor Moon yet? I know you're waiting to perfect your skills, but you gotta start perfecting them sometime. And I will in fact be the benefactor of that sometime. Look, I need it, I want it, we need it, let the people have it. You don't do human. Okay, do you do cats? Human sucks. I will say humans have a lot more body needs than other stuff. They have a lot more needs than other stuff. You are technically higher damage.
I wish I could turn it all off.
Yeah, I should probably check what other stuff I have on me actually. I've been getting other gear, right?
We're the ward that keeps this place safe.
Leather bag, 8 slots. I can't put you there. Leather bag. Do I have Instagram? Unfortunately, I mean, I'm a streamer, right? I should definitely have a lot of social medias. No, this is the only platform I have other than YouTube where I put my VODs. That's it. Like, cause I genuinely don't know what to put on there. Like like I said, I'm like a very serious person in my normal day to day.
Choose to turn away from Ventari. He's part of who we are.
I'm a very serious person in my day to day. I personally just don't see what I'd use it for. I could probably sell these guys. Enchanted Mighty Gloves, Enchanted Mighty Gloves. But if to commission I need to make an Instagram, you will see probably the most suspect Instagram made ever forever. You can't show you some stuffs? No! You can't even just make like an image or thing about it? Wow, Drac, that sounds so fucking sketchy to just say that out of nowhere. I can't remember how to go to my equipment. I genuinely don't remember how to go to my equipment. I genuinely cannot remember how to go to my equipment. Equipment, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Materials, finishes, mails. Equipment. I'm in the equipment. It's not giving me the equipment.
I don't think the whole world is like our forest.
Oh, this is bad. This is bad. I don't remember how to go to. I don't remember how to go to my equipment.
You can say they truly understand anything about cave breathing.
What the hell? I'm made of wood? And why do you only show the hat? Why do you only show the hat? Okay. Okay. You don't really help. Because you remove that. Can I please remember how to do? There we go. Okay, there we go. Oh, that makes it so much better. I finally remember how to open up my thing.
This cannot be.
You're better. Would you like to soulbind? Yeah, I'm never playing this again. Dagger does less than those. Less than that. Actually, why do you say you do green? You're green because you are. Your defense lower. You're technically better. You're technically better. Ooh, some nice thing. It's small. Change your profile picture. Okay. Okay, you didn't have to do that. You didn't have to do that. Gosh, dang, that's small. Yo! Yo! Yo, those look good. Those look awesome. Like, I'm not gonna lie, those look awesome. Those look dope. Those look dope. Those look dope. Doing like a little chibi style. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. When you're saying like little diorama, I was expecting like no offense, like a little gnome people. Like I'm sure we all remember that one weird aunt or whatever who just has like a gnome collection or something. But like having it look so cool. That's dope. That's awesome. And that's made of clay? Wait. I'm not calling you a weird aunt. I'm not. I'm saying we all know that you made it look cool. That's all I'm saying.
On rare days, the music of the world turns to
I'm so glad I finally remembered how to change my equipment, but it turns out I had the best ones on me still. So what I wanted to do, I mean, stuff over there is cool, but there's new cool, like, waypoint stuff over here. So I'm just gonna that. That should be good. You made Ori? Nah. You made Ori? That's awesome. Did you make the ooh, did you make the little Children's of Light too? That's what they're called, right? God, I hope that's what they're called. I can't remember. It's been almost 10 years since I played Ori. But like, did you also make the Children of Light? Because oh my word, that'd be cool. It fits so well with them being like made of clay that have that little gloss type look, and then there's already round, so they already fit they already fit the little stylistic form you got going on. Ooh, that'd be so cool. That'd be so cool. Why the hell did we go from the Middle Age, like, forest elves area to literally futuristic? Look, PP. All right. Children of what? Children of Light. Ori and the Children of Light. It's kind of hard to see in the you know, Ori and the Children of Light. Give me a second. Because Children of Light came out. It's a very similar game to Ori and the Blind Forest. They both came out similar time. But it's Will of the Wisps I was thinking about. It was Will of the Wisps. They're just little dudes. Your favorite game? Look, I will say Ori is like a good game. I was gonna say like one of my favorites, and I thought of, no offense, several dozen that I love way much more. Aptly being Castlevania. God, I have it installed. Why don't I play it? That might be a summer game then. Symphony of the... Ooh, I don't know if I want to start with Symphony of the Night or, what do I want? I could do Ritual of the Night. Bloodstained. I could do Bloodstained. Which is not technically a Castlevania game. It's not technically a Castlevania game, but like it is made by by the same dev team when they were like trying to build their stuff up again on like Kickstarter after being kicked out of the original dev team, right? Like the original dev team was kicked out of dev team, sad I know. But then they decided to do it on Kickstarter. And then immediately like funded it. I backed it all the way back in what, 2014 with little money I got. Money I had at that time. Because I just genuinely loved the hell out of Castlevania. Like there was nothing that was gonna stop me from doing anything Castlevania. Oh, you'll play Children of Light? Yeah. Children of Light is really cool. It's really good. I genuinely recommend it. It's not that hard. It's super cutesy. I can't remember much about it, but I remember loving it so much. I was gonna do a joke, but then I realized there were a lot of people here. I was gonna do a joke, but then I realized there were a lot of little dudes here. I can't believe Anakin Skywalker came here first, man. They're just little dudes. I know I took down like 17 other little dudes that look exactly like him, but they're just little dudes. They're just little dudes. Who could have done this to the little dudes? Now I'm looting the little dudes. Now I'm resing the little dudes. You don't hang so much? By hang, you mean, huh? I'm not gonna lie, I kind of don't understand what you mean by hang. Anyway, I kind of don't. This is brain off time. I said that earlier. This is brain off time. Sorry, Google Translate. No problem. No problem. I'm sure language barrier is significantly terrible, especially because French is not one of the languages I know. I know a few languages. French is in fact not one of them.
I don't have enough energy.
I'm not even good at some of the others. Like, don't even kid yourself, Jack. Like, you're not even good at some of the others. And they're all dead. I killed them all. They're all dead. That was me. That was me. Give. You have to give it another chance. Children of Light? Yeah, no, I definitely say give Children of Light a chance. If you can find it on, like, sale. It's a moderately old game. They didn't come out too far, like, away from each other. I'm pretty sure it goes on cheap. It's been a hot minute since I've seen anything of it. I think I own 2 copies of it. One of them is free. But like, if you can find it cheap, I genuinely recommend it. If you like Ori, it's not gonna be completely the same gameplay, but it kind of feels the same, if you get what I mean. You have it on Switch? Yeah. Oh, Children of Light on the Switch? Yeah, I definitely. If you have it already, I definitely recommend giving it another go, because it might take a hot minute to get into, but I genuinely recommend it. And you're gonna come back and be like, Drac, they were nothing alike at all. Why'd you even recommend them? Like, you're so bad at recommending games. Do you even know? Do you even remember what Children of Light was about? I can almost guarantee it. Alright, so I need to res these little dudes. What is that little broken golem mark? Or whatever. Diorama of that. Oh, I mean, they're kind of cute as hell. I'm not gonna lie. But like, I mean, if you want to make one, I don't know how I'm going to get it, or pay for it, or that transaction's gonna work. But like, I definitely, if you want to, go ahead, 100%. I do think of what you have right now, it wouldn't. I thought I already destroyed you. I don't think it would be, as somebody who does not understand how your creative process works at all, I don't think it would be that hard to kind of translate it into what you already do. I think it would lend itself to be very, very capable of being a very good project to have. Because they just look so cute. They're just little dudes. I mean, that's most games, but they're just little dudes. I don't want to destroy you because I kind of understand what you do. Man. You have an Etsy store, but you don't toast your dumb around there. Then what? You're telling me you have more than one form of creative capabilities? But you can if you want. It would be cool. It would be cool, but then I'd have to pay so much. I'd have to pay so much for shipping because of tariffs and stuff. I hate my president. But like, it'd be cool. Like, you do other. Are you telling me you're a really cool creative? I didn't expect golden slimes to be in there. I didn't know I was playing Dragon Quest. Why are there golden slimes in here? Golden slimes. Why are there middle slimes in here? Why are there middle slimes? Okay, I'm fine. Okay, I'm fine. So you just make clay, and that is dumb cool, and like, and you also have an Etsy. Is there anything you can't do? Is there anything you can't do? What do you even sell on Etsy if not the clay? I thought it was the clay stuff. This is why I hate artists. They're too dang compassionate. They're too dang capable. They make you feel inadequate. Like what do you even? I'm dumbfounded, bro. Just trying to grind. Literally in an MMO, just as MMOs do. You kind of got to grind for a lot of stuff. When did huh? Why'd you bring up the phallic instruments? Why'd you bring up why'd you bring up penis? Did I accidentally say that? Oh, I asked. I get it now. I get it now. That was so out of left field for you not to be able to do. Yeah, that's what you can't do. That took me too long to figure out. I mean, if that's the only thing you can't do, man, can the list of stuff you can do. That's frightening. That's frightening. If being a completely other species is the only thing you can't do, I'm saying you're doing pretty dang well. I gotta give you props. You're sorry for my own inability to correlate what I said. Don't. Can or can't? No. I said what else can't you do? So you were right. You can't if you do not have a penis, you cannot do penis. Technically speaking, you cannot do penis. So you were in fact right. Oh, I'm frozen. I'm frozen. I'm unfrozen. No, you were right. You were right. I made myself mad. I'm not gonna lie. I just made myself mad. Never try. Look. I'm sure if you put your mind to it, you can somehow become superhuman. I'm sure of it. But I, at one point, jokingly said, I can't remember why. Well, not jokingly. I genuinely meant it to a friend. Like, hey, we should take... I think there was, like, a huge event that was happening in France. I was like, dude, let's just go. It'll be fucking awesome. It'll be dope. We can go. We can get some baguettes. We can... It was because of a... Okay. It was because an intermediary person was in France. And I was like, dude, we can go. We can meet them. We can go hang out. It'd be cool. It'd be awesome. We have this thing. I could totally work this thing into my thing. I'm sorry. Jim accuse. What are you Jim accusing? What are you Jim accusing? Normally that's supposed to mean change my opinion, but I don't think I have an opinion to change. But like I suggested, hey, let's just go to France and do thing, right? I'm not gonna get too much in specifics because I don't know how much of that to talk about. But like let's go to France. Let's go get some stuff. It'll be fun. It'll be great. J'accuse. You like to accuse yourself. Are you accusing yourself? Are you accusing yourself of murder? I genuinely don't know what I'm doing in here. I'm just coming in here and just rezzing little dudes. They're just little guys on the floor, and I need to make sure they wake up from their nap time because nap time is kind of over, and I kind of need to wake them up. I feel like just because I need them to not miss school, right?
Stone, conform to my will.
Yeah, I did in fact conjure a fire axe, so I need to remember that these change my abilities completely. Yes, monsieur. Well, when you decide to become superhuman and unlock the means of godhood, please inform us. We need to know. Yeah. So did you go to France? I did not, and the reason I said I got myself really mad. I got myself really mad is because that motherfucker was the reason I didn't take the trip. He was like, nah, that's stupid. Why would I ever fucking go for that? That's super fucking stupid. The next week, he was in France with his girlfriend doing the thing. I said, nah, dude, let's just go and do that. It was like, nah, dude, that's stupid. And I know for a fact he did not have that plan with his girlfriend yet. I know for a fact he did not have that plan for his girlfriend yet. It ruined me. It ruined me. I was so mad. I'm still mad about that. I guarantee you he does not remember a single thing about it, but it still haunts me to this day. I'm like, dude, the whole thing laid out. I know, the betrayal. I think specifically, God, I can look for it, but it might have been like a convention, and I was just like in a really capable time of my life. That was before things like got as shit as they did. That was before somebody stole money from me. That was before like somebody crashed into the front of my house. I think that might have been just after somebody crashed into the front of my house, and I just needed a break. I was like, you know what? There's a convention here. Somebody I know, somebody that I appreciate is having a meet and greet. I can go. I can make this trip. I'm gonna love it. Do you want to come? I kind of don't want to go to France myself, and I know you would very much capability like to be completely fine with going to France and all that. I know you got the time. I know you got the capability. He was like, no, that's stupid. And the motherfucker the next week was in fucking France doing the exact same fucking thing I said let's go fucking do. That piece of shit. That piece of shit.
Follow this locale no more.
Let's pick up you. And who? Oh. Betrayal. I know the betrayal. The betrayal. Nothing hurts more than making plans with your friend and then they ditch you for the plans that you made with them for their girlfriend. But their girlfriend wasn't even in the picture the first time. They just stole the plan from you to do it with their significant other. It wasn't even Valentine's Day. It wasn't even Valentine's. So anyway, unrelated news. I am in fact looking for more conventions to go to that I can absolutely, I can absolutely just like kind of work my way into doing that. Because the thing that got that stuck in my head as like a memory to do on J'accuse betrayal. It wasn't a betrayal. It was a helping. Is that what you're saying? Is I have an uncle who's a businessman who owns several planes. Yes, that affluent. Meanwhile, I grew up poor. But I have an uncle who owns several planes, and he regularly takes trips like to Europe for business or pleasure or stuff. It's so cool if you like it. Convention is really great. Convention is really great. Yeah, I 100% agree. 100% agree. I went to my first convention last year, and I have loved every one that I've gone to of it. Like I said, I've gone to like 3 or 4 of them by now, but like I have loved every second of it. Every single moment of it, I have loved 100%. Even when I didn't want to be there for a little bit of times, I have loved every second of it. But like, I thought to myself in that room that I was previously in, when is the next time that they're going out of the country? Because they go, like I said, to Europe a lot, and a lot of that is sometimes to France, or Portugal isn't that far from France, right? It is literally connected to France. And so I was just like, they go to Portugal so fucking often. I could just like tag along. They normally go for 2 weeks. I could just tag along, get a free ride, literally get a free ride to fucking France or Portugal, and then spend time there, back and forth, be with both people. Yes, Monsieur, we are neighbors. Yeah. I can't get through here. And how do I get into this cool holodeck looking area? Man. I don't know if you can compare on Portuguese. So it'd be easy for me to be in Portugal and do all that. And then I could just hop over to France, because apparently everywhere else in the world has open borders because they're part of like a good working civilization or something. Laughs and cries in the US. But like I don't know how it works crossing borders as a foreigner in that country. I'm assuming just because I was allowed in the EU, as long as it's an EU affiliated country, I'm cool with that, right? So I'm assuming I'd be fine. I'm getting killed so hard. But I'm assuming that worked out fine. If there's a convention there, the only issue would be I don't know French, so I would be completely incapable of doing that anywhere in there, so it'd be not that great. I think I'm doing this wrong by not reading it. I'm just grinding. But like it'd be so fun, so cool if I could. I know they just got back, and I'm pretty sure it's getting close to convention season. It's getting close to convention season, so I'm pretty sure there is going to be one around there. Do I wear cosplay at convention? I don't have enough body confidence for that. However, I am in fact working towards like body goals to try and like to do an easy one, right? To do an easy one as a male who's trying to get fit, right? So I'm talking about like one of the JJK characters, or like maybe some Bash Stampede, or maybe like a Dante. Like I would need help understanding how to even come up with a character to do, and then how to like fit myself into that character at all. Because I don't know if you've noticed, a lot of convention people just if you're a man, a lot of going to a convention and cosplaying, it's just
1 hour.
It's just putting on a different jacket that looks different from one of the other 433,000 characters, and having rock hard abs for some reason. That is like the easiest cosplay to do. But like I would love to. I just don't know where to start or where to go. If I could find somebody to help me, I would take their advice so hard, so much to heart. I'm level 16. I'm still so far away from level 20. I would try and like get good at cosplay just for that. I mean, I have friends who have connections with cosplay, right? It's just I have zero understanding or capability, like inherently. I genuinely don't know how to. That, and I don't know who I'd like to cosplay. You don't need to be exactly like the characters, just have fun. Yeah, but that's like the second thing, right? Like I don't like to do stuff half-assed, so if I'm gonna be like in a cosplay, I'm gonna be like, I'm going to be the character, right? And that's what makes me like wanting to cosplay so hard. Like one that I would love to do just because of my love for Sailor Moon is it's super easy, right? Super easy. I could go do this today, and it would help me out for my future wardrobe just inherently. Is I could get just like a using emotes. I don't know how to use emotes. Adventures go whatever. I'll just continue moving on. Is I could just go and get like a tux, right? I could literally just be tuxedo mask. I have an aunt who's a seamstress, so I can get like a custom made tuxedo. Well, not custom made. Yeah, I can get a custom made tuxedo and then have it custom tailored to be able to completely have like a ton, and I mean a ton of room and capability for having roses just in there for no reason. I could be the dude who has a custom made, a custom outfitted place to have like a ton of fucking roses, and it look nice, and I can wear it for my future endeavors, right? Right. Everyone who is a male can absolutely use a tux for different occasions. Not necessarily the full tux, right? But like but its entire parts, you can 100% do. This is basically just good formal attire with a cape and roses in your sleeves. Like that is so easy to do, right? That is so easy to do. Put on a top hat, put on a mask, bada bam, bada boom, your tuxedo mask. And I would love that so much. Oh yeah, that guy, yeah, with the hat and roses, yeah. I would love that so much. Prince Endymion. Or I can do Prince Endymion, but I would have to have so much confidence to do Prince Endymion because his entire tux is white. And I would hate to see an entire like white costume I have that I paid money for. An entire tuxedo nonetheless that is probably gonna be expensive. Just be completely covered in whatever weird covered grime there is, because it's fucking white and will have nothing but grime on it. Like I would genuinely hate that. Like I wore a white jacket to the convention. I made sure to keep it completely fine and like clean. But then I went to lunch and then literally one thing fell out of my sandwich for lunch and it landed on like my my sleeve, like the collar of my sleeve where it matches my wrist. I don't know what it's called. And it got a singular streak of red on it and I'm like, fuck, I didn't wash it. I put it to wash. I didn't wash it. I might have accidentally stained my white jacket. And it's already been 3 days. The white jacket, I know! I know! I know! Look, trust me, it hurts me more than you could ever know because I accidentally decided to put my shoulder, not my shoulder, my elbow on like the railing of one of the escalators in the convention hall, and it completely got my entire elbow black. Right, that I'm pretty sure will come off just because of its nature. It's just rubber. The rubber will come off probably, and I'm hoping because it's organic. It was from a piece of tomato. So hopefully it'll come off like the sleeve a little bit. I might wash it tomorrow. It's already been this late. Fixing it now is not gonna change it. But like. I got so mad. It's from like a piece of tomato that I had in my sandwich, and I'm like, God, I'm so mad. I'm so mad. Go dry cleaner. Dry cleaning is so expensive, and I'm already planning on leaving my job in the summer so I can try and focus on redoing one of my classes. Because one of my teachers is just the teacher of it is just really bad at teaching, so I'm gonna go. I'm gonna break down all the parts. I'm gonna redo it. It's me doing that is actually also gonna help me build up the skills that I need to have in my resume for tech. Because I'm gonna deconstruct the entire hacking course again, and I'm gonna try and figure out its parts and become really comfortable with them. It's my hack class. I should probably switch my hack class. Hey, hi Shiny. How are you? How are you? How was your day? How was your day? I've just been here ranting about various things while trying to grind up like 4 more levels. So I can continue the game. So continue the story. There we go. Let's just kill that bird. You've never done dry cleaning? There are dry cleaners near me. There are honestly quite a few. But like it is moderately expensive. Just to like do
not enough energy.
Do it unneededly, right? Doing it unneededly, it kind of is expensive because you're asking somebody to wash your clothes and then use special thing to do something. Where I probably could, but it's already gotten to the point where I'm like, it probably doesn't matter if I do or not. It's also like a washing machine safe, like white jacket, so I could probably just take like a little bit of bleach, put it on the sleeve. It's very small, it's very light. I could probably get away with that. Maybe dilute the bleach so it's not as hard, so it doesn't discolor it or anything. I could probably get away with that. It's just I guarantee you I'm gonna die of this freak, aren't I? Change. Oh my god, I almost died. I almost died. I'm dead. Thank you forever. Thank you forever. I'm almost dead. I'm dead. I'm dead. I'm dead. Oh, I'm alive! I'm alive! I'm dead.
Assistance, please.
I found this really hard boss, but then I hit one of my abilities that changes what my abilities do. And then I don't have familiarity with those abilities, and then I'm dead. I'm dead.
I'm out.
And then I'm... Oh wait, this person... The people I raised! They're helping me! Oh my god! The little tiny dudes! Little tiny dudes I was helping! Or is that a person? That's a person! Oh my god, this little person helped me! Fuck yeah! Thank you, little person! That's awesome! Thank you! Oh, what happened? I got overconfident in my abilities and died. But then also talking about cool con stuff and how all that, and then when I was at the con, this was over the weekend. I got tomato on like the sleeve of my white jacket that I brought because I was like, I'm gonna go meet a friend, probably gonna meet some other friends. And never ended up meeting with that friend. He got preoccupied with other friends. And then And then I went to lunch, and then on my lunch break, I completely fumbled the sandwich and like a piece of the tomato from the sandwich. It was Wendy's. It was a Wendy's sandwich. It was the first time in like 9 years I've had Wendy's. So it fell out of the sandwich, and then onto like my sleeve, and it got a sliver of like red juice on me, which kind of like went into like onto my sleeve, and I was like, ah, no, man, no. And that's how my day was kind of ruined. And then I had to suck it up because I wasn't anywhere near the capability of cleaning it. But hi Shiny, how are you? How was your weekend? How was your week? How are you? I'm literally here grinding because I'm incapable of continuing the story until I gain like 4 more levels. I might go to a higher level area. Give more XP. Higher level area give more XP. Oh, but we also found out Moon makes not only clay miniatures, clay miniature dioramas, but she also does some other Etsy stuff that she didn't say about it. She didn't tell us what she does on Etsy. She's so creative. Dude, we secretly have a creative member here, and I'm like, God, you make me feel bad about myself for me being not incapable. Well, about being incapable. Oh my God.
Look at this. So pretty.
You're doing good. That's good. That's good. That's good. I'm almost done with you. What do I need to do with you? Leave. Maintain the power grid. Okay. Okay, let's head back over there. Where is over there? Over there is over here. So whatever the power grid needs to be done, I gotta figure that out. Set up exaggeration. Signet passive grants health every time you cast a spell. Oh, why the f haven't I been using that? Why the f haven't I been using that the whole time? Oh, those are in the... Oh, so that was the thing I was doing. That was the thing I was doing. That's this thing. Greg, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I called you out for being way more capable than us. I'm sorry. That thing. Did I forget these? Oh, yeah, no, there was literally just 2 here that I forgot. Or not. This one. Look, just because you don't want us to support you on Etsy. You like shoujo? I love shoujo. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I love shoujo. I think I went on several rants at points, which you have no idea about because you were not here that long. About different shoujo, like different shoujo anime and different shoujo shows. Do you know Switch Girl? But I'm gonna have to look that one up because it's not necessarily making it back into my head. It's not making it back into my head. I might have to look that up. But like one of my favorite, you always gotta bat for Inuyasha. You always gotta bat for Fruits Basket. You always gotta bat for why am I fucking blanking on the name? Why am I blanking on the name? Why the fuck am I blanking on the name? I gotta look up Switch Girl. Yeah. I know it as a different name, but yeah. Switch Girl. Yeah. Your favorite, so much fun. It has a manga. Am I getting the manga mixed with something else? Am I getting the manga mixed with something else? I've been reading a ton of manga. Yeah, off on. Yeah, Switch Girl. Yeah, I read part of the manga and I was like, hell yeah. Because we need to normalize people being like, yeah, I'm fine with having this on the outside. But then at home, we're just dirty little gremlins. We're just dirty little people who sit here on our computers, hunchback, in comfy clothing. There's no anime? Okay, that makes sense. I was like, I don't remember any anime by that, but I kind of think I remember like a title translation being that. Because there is one that the main character looks like, which I might be in my head getting it thought of the anime. But yes, I have definitely read it. I have definitely read a good amount. And, oh, we need to normalize going home, being a little gremlin. We need to normalize going home, being a little gremlin. Getting in comfy clothes, have no care in the world other than having yourself enjoyment. We need to normalize that. We need to normalize that. Yeah. Where's the last ones? Or did I do it already? Collect golem parts of the walking suits. I collected several parts before. Over there in a different area. Oh, Inquest golem body. Oh, that makes a lot of sense. These are different parts in a different place. But yeah. One thing I would love to gush about more is okay. I was gonna say Inuyasha, but yes, 100% Inuyasha. But then I remembered how much of a disappointment like Yashahime was. Like Yashahime was such a disappointment. I was expecting so much more. They could have been, man. They kind of like ruined part of Inuyasha, man. They ruined part of Inuyasha. I'm not gonna get into spoilers, but they ruined part of Inuyasha. They ruined. Oh man, Yashahime should have been so much better. If you like shoujo, and you haven't watched Inuyasha yet, like I 100% recommend. Stop what you're doing. Stop watching me. Go watch Inuyasha. It is so good. Don't watch it in public because it does have some. How do I want to put this? Some not safe for stuff. Because in the first episode, Kagome is being chased by a demon who just so happens to have full-on breasts out. And that's pretty much it. It pretty much just shows it doesn't care to censor the breasts. Really? Like what? Inuyasha? You didn't read or watch it? Okay, so it's this girl. Her name is Kagome. She is technically the reincarnation of Inuyasha, who is a half fox, half demon hybrid. Half fox demon, half human hybrid. She is the reincarnation of his previous lover, who had to put an arrow into him to seal him away for ever, because he was framed for, spoiler alert, he was framed for stealing one of the jewels that humankind puts a lot of pride and care into, because pride and time into protecting, because if a demon got their hands into it, they become like a super mega charged up demon, which is why every demon wants it, which is why the humans protect it a lot. And he was suspected of stealing it, even though he didn't. Spoiler alert, he didn't. And so his girlfriend had to seal him away for thousands of years, and Kagome is the reincarnation of that person. And so her in the future falls down a well which sends her back in time. It's a few hundred episodes. It's kind of hard to explain in the way I want to, especially when I'm grinding. But it's a love story about reconnecting with your soulmate, kind of. It's basically what it is. That's literally what it is. She's literally the reincarnation of his past lover, who comes to love, who is her own self. She does not have any memories of her previous self. But it is pretty much a story about lovers finding themselves past time, and it is good. It is good. You watching Frieren for now? I have a friend who fucking worked on Frieren, and I still haven't seen it. I'm not gonna lie. I still haven't seen it. Like I've seen parts of it. I've seen clips,
I don't have enough energy.
but I still haven't seen it. But I've heard it. Yeah. So I have a friend. I think he's worked on season 2. He's a freelance animator. And so whenever he becomes super obsessed with a project, he tries to like work on it. No, yeah. One specifically, he loved Bocchi to Rock so much, he grinded getting good at anime, like at the anime style, at animation, at like the whole process, the whole shebang, the whole industry, so much that he grinded his skills to the perfect level to work on the next, like the latest one of the seasons of Bocchi the Rock. I can't remember if it was Bocchi the Rock or Yuru Camp. I know he worked on one of those because he loved the first season so much. He grinded it out and he ended up working his way up to being like a freelance animator for it. Like, I kid you not, the dude is a fucking freak. And he worked on one of those and I still haven't seen it. I can't build up the courage to tell him I still haven't seen it. I still haven't seen it. Kieran is so gorgeous, you love it so much. I've seen bits and parts of it. I understand that. But like, I just haven't seen it in its entirety. Well, granted, the newest season just came out. No, Freer and Friday that I always see on the Anime IRL subreddit has ended. So I'm pretty sure season 2 has just ended, right? That means season 2 has just ended, right? And didn't I get the Inquest Golem body already? Inquest Golem parts. I got Inquest Golem. Or was it because I walked out of the area? Inquest Golem. Anyway, it is one thing I will vehemently talk about. Specifically talking about Inuyasha. I genuinely recommend it. Genuinely recommend it. It is a few hundred episodes. It does get a little campy, but if you want to talk about like archetypical peak shoujo manga, shoujo anime, shoujo series, you can't not talk about Inuyasha at all. You need to talk about Inuyasha. Inuyasha, so good. I love it so much. I started rewatching it 2 years ago, but then I fell off because of stuff. Not finished yet. Oh, season 2 hasn't finished yet. Okay, so it might have been a break. Did it have a mid-season break then? Because I remember some people on the Anime IRL subreddit getting mad because they're no longer having Fear and Fridays because of the series ending. Well, not ending, but like finishing its production, its current production. All right, where the fuck am I going? Where am I going? It literally hasn't gotten. Can I collect golem parts? I'm trying to collect golem parts. Literally none of that. Like, okay, golem. I'm gonna literally try and like destroy the hell out of you because apparently the golem parts on the floor are not the ones I'm supposed to get. All right, he's down. He's out. Collect loot. Even that still doesn't get. Look, Inquest Golem parts. Collect Inquest Golem parts. I don't understand. I don't understand. Collect and give parts. Oh. Oh, instead of giving me the collect the amount and then give them in after you hit an amount, it's collect them and give as you go. Oh, how much past the goal do I have? Where do I turn them in? Oh, I'll give him the dude right there. Oh, that dude's actually like kind of fucking my stuff. Oh yeah. I can't be the only one who still remembers Inuyasha, right? Oh wait. I don't want to be presumptuous, but Moon, I don't know if you're still here. Have you? Oh, my flashlight fell. Have you just begun your anime watching journey? Have you just begun it? Or have you been in the anime culture for the last 20 years like I have? Please, I need other friends. Other ones that I can talk about the past 20 years about with. It's been a hot minute. I'll give golden parts to you.
That should be a sufficient quantity.
Right, bye-bye. Yeah, I didn't even know I had to give him stuff. Can I give you more?
How may I assist you?
What hazmat suit? Good luck. Yeah, I did it without knowing too. You grew up with anime? Same. One thing I will not die on the hill of is we need to make anime kind of illegal again. We need to kind of gatekeep anime again. It's cool, it's great that people have access to it. I love that I'm capable of getting access to it. I love that people are understanding how cool it is, how great it is, and sharing of it. You started with DBZ. I need to download the region, and while the region is downloading, I gotta go fucking somewhere else. 100%, 100%. I started my first memory literally at the age of 3. I'm 24, by the way. I've been conscious for the last 21 years. Is actually Sailor Moon. Like, I literally being shown Sailor Moon with like my father and like learning how to pirate from my father, because that stuff was literally not legal. What people don't understand, 24, I am 24, yes. What people don't understand is that anime used to be super fucking illegal because no one in the Americas had publishing rights for it. So if you wanted to watch anime, you're 37, I wouldn't have guessed. Like, nobody had the rights to actually publish anime in the Americas. So if you wanted to watch anime in the early 2000s, you'd have to wait for a limited publish, like, dub of it that somebody on a news, like, not a news, that somebody at like a TV broadcast station would have to been like, yeah, we're buying this, we're gonna get the rights for it, and then we'll, whatever dubs there, read it, right? But if you were just like trying to find anime in the early 2000s, most of them were just not picked up because they were still seen as fucking obscure and not worth making money out of it. And like specifically, I remember specifically in 2008, 2006, I would have been 4. That sucks. Specifically, one of the only 4 places you could actually watch anime were Toonami, right? Because they would go in and they would find stuff to like dub. This was the early days of trying to bring over the anime culture for people who were traveling like between the 2 countries, right? Trying to bridge the gap of this stuff is cool, let's show it to a different audience, which is why Toonami kind of gained its prominence and all of that, kind of fell off, kind of back on. I can go on all right about that. Really? Here in France, we have manga TV channels? I mean, you have that now, but like, think about like 20 years ago, right? Think about 20 years ago.
Not enough endurance.
I mean, it's legal now, but like, it's just now getting prominent, and it's, well, I guess in the past 10, more so 7.5 years, I've gained like massive prominence, right? But like in the early 2000s, it was kind of still niche and kind of weird because the only places you can actually get it, or if a TV station thought to pick it up, and people thought to distribute it, because they didn't really get that much views, because it was still seen as super, super weird. Are you done downloading? Not done downloading. It was still seen as super, super weird, and there was like kind of a whole stigma about it, kind of delineating from like the whole big no-no we did to Nagisaka, right? You know, those 2 horrendous acts we did to the country back in the 40s. It kind of stemmed from that stigma, and a lot of it just wasn't brought over because it was kind of seen as weird, whatever, non-patriotic, especially because in the early 2000s, late 90s, early 2000s, seeing cartoons were pretty much a let's not sugarcoat it. Anime is cartoons, right? In the early 2000s and late 90s, early 90s even, cartoons were seen as pretty much a child's pastime. So if it didn't meet whatever agenda the people around their governing, translating bodies had, then it really wouldn't have been brought over because it didn't seem what they wanted their children to watch, rather than it being done. 20 years ago, yeah, it was mostly not easy to watch anime, but some channels was allowed. Yeah, some were allowed. Hell yeah, continue. Some were allowed. Like I said, in that time, I think it was only Toonami who was trying to bridge the gap. I mean, the only one that I could think of was like Toonami. And some did have a few, but not in like the vast amount of like quantity we have where everything is licensed, everything is capable to get on. It was just a rare few that you got. And if you were lucky, the story the characters, the dynamics, and like the meanings behind everything they were saying, everything they were doing were the same, right? Because to bring it to the national audience, they would often change stuff to make it significantly closer to whatever the current and local audience has. One that specifically, I have this fresh in my head from an archivist from the convention. Like I said, it was on a panel. Ken the Wolf Boy, which is so prolific in Japan, it was known by every member of the Studio Ghibli team, and even sung when they bought the land to build their studio. The main theme of Wolf Boy Ken specifically was sung when they bought the land for their studio to actually do their animation, which is how prolific it was. It was in fact dubbed in America. It was never aired in America. And to speak of how good it was dubbed by Boo Boo and Yogi Bear, right? Yogi Bear and Boo Boo were the ones who dubbed it, but it was only aired in Australia. And even then, people didn't care about it at all. So it wasn't really archived other than like the actual production tapes that were used to film it on. It was that whole like nature of like, we kind of don't care. About the few that were done, that the whole amount of it was completely just overlooked, which is why there wasn't really that much about it. Which is why there was very few licensing agreements, and all of that, and few people who actually wanted to go into it. Which leads to my other point of, because very few of their, like, getting over, a lot of it was legally not supposed to cross the borders, because nobody over here had the producing rights of it. It shouldn't have, or the producing rights or hosting rights of it. It shouldn't have been outside of the original country of origin for its, like, distribution. Obviously, we know it got over places because people loved it. Right, and technically speaking, that is piracy. That is legal gray area from, you know, taking other people's copyright and distributing it without their permission. And a lot of the early anime foundation, if you look at Crunchyroll did that. The biggest streaming service for anime. I remember when they were, I gotta finish this. I remember when they were illegal. I remember supporting them when they were illegal for like their court cases that they had in the early days, for the funding of the licensing agreements that they got in the early days. I remember the big two pushers for legalization in America, because they just wanted to distribute all that they could, was Funimation and Crunchyroll. Both of those two massive players within the last 20 years started out as illegal. They were illegal for a while. Well, of course, Funimation was then acquired by Crunchyroll in 2019, 2017, somewhere around there, 2019 probably. And Crunchyroll has since become the de facto top dog when it comes to, like, you know, anime and stuff.
Brisbane Wildlands used to be a secure
when it comes to localization, all that, even dwarfing, technically speaking, Netflix with its large reach. Like, it started out as illegal because the people in Japan, because the way they were treated before, didn't really want to, like, give the rights to anybody, because the rights would be nebulous on who would own what, who would have say in where, the way it's done and whatnot. Which is kind of why we get the weird discrepancies we have with even just the DIC, not DIC, that's an old publishing house, old dubbing house, which specifically did one of the Sailor Moon cartoons. CW4 Kids, specifically with a big, massive player like CW4 Kids, which did, in fact, in 2008? 2009, 2010, around that area, brought over and dubbed a ton of anime, one aptly being the CW4 Kids. WB4 Kids dub of One Piece, right, where there would be disputes over what could be done, what could be changed, and if the Americans who were in charge of it didn't like the way the Japanese wanted it, the Japanese people who were in charge of it are obviously they want to protect their own creative artistic capability, which might not match up with what the English people want. Obviously, going to be some disagreements, which lead to non-negotiations, all that. But that's a whole other story. I'm not getting all my receipts to put it out, put them in there. But it caused discourse, which caused lack of want to work with, right? Which means there needs to be heightened relations that need to be founded. Before that founding needs to be happening, you need to know there's the capability to one, serve it. The need to serve it, right? You need to have the demand. You need to have I thought you were walking onto you. You have demand, you have surplus, and just to spread this appreciation, because there wasn't really legal pathways, the legal business relations in the early days. That's why you have YouTube rips. If you remember early days of YouTube, watching whatever weird anime part 1 of like 68, because it was done in like 6-second clips to get past the censors, to get past the copyright claims, because nobody was hosting it, right? A lot of it was just left in the weeds because people didn't have the didn't want the capability to spread it elsewhere, didn't want to deal with legality of it. And that's when you get like super why aren't you breaking? You're not supposed to. That's when you get the super what are you guys? I have no idea what the fuck's going on over here. A cult, super like dedicated fan bases that you previously had, when it was just a few high quality anime that could go out like a cult following because it was so obscure. It fit some nice storytelling that the audience wanted and everything that we loved, and it built the pathways for it that now we can have everything. Everything is in every culture way more, I thought I had you out, way more acceptable to be an appreciator of it, rather than just the weird occult stuff that on the first glance is super fucking weird. When you, specifically, right, when you watch Serial Experiments Lane, trying to get somebody into there when it's talking about the meta-narrative between technology and its advancement within one's own self and its own societal views and how we can go upon what makes a human, right? They're gonna see, what the fuck is this esoteric shit? This little middle schooler is not a middle schooler? Get the fuck out of there, right? Which is why it had to be good. It had to fit the narrative, it had to fit the storytelling, to fit that audience that we wanted to like tell the story to. Oh, my stuff is full. My inventory's full. I gotta sell stuff. Where all of it worked together within that, and now we just kind of have an entire influx where even the biggest studios are kind of seeing it, right? You can see the lack of like immediate quality, where instead of putting in time they might have before, because they have so many series going on, or the animation teams are so overworked, specifically in the UK, they aren't capable of working in the best of conditions, the best of creative output to bring out new creative ideas that weren't necessarily seen before, were not necessarily heard before, and giving like a good amount of time to like hear feedback from the animators, the story directors, the tellers, the people who are actually in there. Instead, they just have to fuel the fountain of like 48 whatever anime per season, instead of just having like 6 or 7 that were just being produced at all in the industry. It's great to see the industry grow, right? I'm not saying it's not great to see the industry grow. Like I love people like having different ways of like artistic validation and freedom to have whatever way the outlet they can, especially in the professional world. But we've gone from having like a few handful from a few different studios to having several hundred I can't say several hundred, but several dozen per season, right? Per quarter of the year, from dozens to hundreds of other animation firms, other animation teams, companies, that it's just kind of saturated the market, where if one person has an idea, the others are like, okay, let's explore this idea, let's give our take on the story, because of the sheer volume of it. It's not just another sports anime that is significantly different, because it is one of like the 3 sports anime, and they all have different tellings of the story, right? There are different sports. I remember iShield 48. Tell me another thing. I can't hit you with any of those. Tell me another sports anime that is about literal American football in Japan. You can't. However, you can tell me a ton of different sports anime, right? And it is a niche, but that's where I'm trying to get at, right? Where you have the competition of like, oh, that's a really cool, amazing story, but then, oh, hey, yo, thank you, Moonlight, thank you for the 1 bit, thank you for the 1 bit you paid for. I don't actually know what bits are for. I don't actually know. I don't actually know what the 1 bit is. Thank you. That will be going quickly back into your own fund of just die. Oh wait, you are dead. I was literally fighting a PNG. Going back into your Etsy shop. I need to find your Etsy shop first. You still didn't tell me what your Etsy shop is. I need to find your Etsy shop, and then it's gonna go back to paying 1 billion of the shipping cost I'm gonna have to pay from France to America. And you will have zero idea who I am because I will be using not these credentials. You don't know either. Yeah, but it's because now we have so much. We have these such saturation of the genre where it's kind of great to have a saturation of the genre, but now we have so many people trying to put their own hats into the field of the idea that now we have like 43 each season different anime taking on a different isekai, which is a different world, like storyline, right? They're making their whole story about isekai, right? Like about being in a different fucking world. And of course there are other, I have my own thoughts about that, where that's a completely different thing. And I actually have receipts on that one, just because the past 20 years I've captured receipts for that, my own thoughts. Where it isn't specifically down to isekai, right? There's whole genres of that because it's the whole saturation of it, right? They want to give their own takes on the thoughts because there's so much competition now. There's so many players in the market now that it's just when one voice wants to be said like quite a bit, like specifically in the case of like giving out an isekai because somebody did it once and then you want to give your own take on it because it's a cool story. Everyone wants to give their own take on a cool story, right? Everyone wants to retell a cool story with their own thoughts, their own ideas. They want to put their own OCs in there. But there's only so much capability you have because when you tell a story, there's plot points that you can have. And if you're telling them a lot, then the typewriter monkeys who are making... I just really wanted to kill. That's why I was literally in that corner spamming stuff for a while. But you are in US or in Portugal? I am in the US. I am not in Portugal. I am Portuguese. I am not in Portugal. That's basically the succinct version you're saying. We have so many players in the game now. If every one of them wants to tell their own form of the story, we're just going to be oversaturated with the story for a while as they get their own thoughts in mind. And it'll then be a caricature of itself by the end, which then will be its own form of telling the story, which will then be its own form of telling the story if you want to reform that its own caricature on its own head. We saw that with sports anime, we saw that with battle anime, and now unfortunately we're seeing that with shonen and other world anime. I literally have receipts for all of this and the anime in the form they came out. Right, everyone else has receipts for this too. I'm not the only one who's been thinking this. I'm just the only one who's saying it in such a core way. Where it is really cool to see there's more people, but I just really wish they went back to being a bit more legal, a bit more niche. Just because it kind of felt a bit more personal, right? Of course it's a cool thing. Oh, hey, only I know of, right? Everyone wants to be part of that exclusive club. But because it gave them a lot more, like reason to be a lot more unique to tell whatever obscure story they had. Because nobody's seeing it, so you're not doing it for like a job. You're just doing it for the love of the game, which is a weird way of saying it. We're also saying it wrong with that.
We need more endurance.
Nope, I'm dead. I'm dead. I thought I could do it. But Big Plant took way too much money. Oh, okay. Yeah. I'm dead again. You have to go to bed. Go to bed. Drop your Etsy first. It's 2:30. Yeah, I know it's very late in France. Go to bed. Actually, oh, it's 8:30 for me. I gotta start thinking about ending too. Why are you not returning me? Yes, return to waypoint. I thought it was so far. Go eat. I should probably. But you gotta drop that Etsy. You gotta drop that Etsy. That one bit's gotta find its way back to your pocket somehow. I gotta support that Etsy. And I'm still not level 20. I spent the last 2 hours grinding. Come on, man. Come on. I literally spent the past 2 hours grinding. Oh wait, I have a raptor. Oh, I didn't even know I had a mount. I could have been moving faster. Nah, not today. Fine, you'll drop it one day.
Good morning.
Also, if anyone didn't know, when I was grinding that whole time, I had a literal second bar of capability. I don't even know what the second bar of capability of this one does. Oh, you inflict bleed and 110. Oh, that one's actually really good. And then you just build a wall. And you're another shield. Want you there. Oh, and you're a lot more range. Oh, so okay, so you're a lot more of the pushy back types. Okay. Have a nice evening, Jack. Good night, Moon. Good night, stars. Good night, everybody. Because I'm gonna end this here. I've been on for like 2.5 hours. A lot of that was rant, and I'm still nowhere near closer to getting more story. I might continue this on Friday. See you soon. See you probably on Friday, hopefully, maybe. Actually, I gotta... No, I'm free on Sunday, so I'm fine with that. Okay, yeah, no, I'll see y'all Friday. Hopefully I'll see y'all Friday. If I didn't know I'm doing homework, maybe tomorrow. Anyway, see y'all. I hope to see you all next time. Guess I don't. Have a wonderful time doing whatever you're doing. Guess I don't see you. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. Good night.